Never do this movie because new things have been lightened in my thought process. But the dream was as follows today. It's 5 o'clock, just past 27th of August. It's 5:06. And what happened is that I entered, first before I enter into a little court scene, I saw two angles and I was searching. They were accurate, especially the one on the right. I mean, the other one was around because I heard a voice saying the difference between two angles, and they were acute. And not only acute, it was like in black and white, and the inside was like it was a opaque darkness. It was black, and not dark. Was like 50% dark. It was not transparent, but it was dark, and it was acute. Especially the one I was seen to see, and the other one was close by. I don't know exactly where. Under, bottom, left, whatever, it was around there. And I see this, and it was mostly around close to in front of me and in the distance, but close. It was standing in the air, and it was acute, and it was going left side, a short angle. And I heard it's like 45 degrees or whatever, and it was standing there small, and I heard the difference between two angles. And now I'm seeing like a map, and I'm figuring I'm 1 point, 2 points short to a point, like a destination. When I heard this equals the distance, and I don't know what exactly, my soul was thinking, really caught by surprise. Like I was thinking there was something mathematical, and to give me credential or something, because then it says 2020. It was I don't know if it said the date today in 2020. I almost felt almost proud, because I thought to myself, it's something like an invention, a discovery rather, because it's already in the air somewhere to be discovered, everything. And I mentioned in the movie I've did previously, some things happen like this. And since it's a new domain of research for me, I got caught by surprise, and I'm not familiar. I didn't even went to college. So in my last high school, I was really disinterested. I was more literacy. I was more ready for something, ready for college, and it was not there. Even the high school, I said, "Oh, you're gonna like it," but I was ready for more. I was ready for writing books, professional matter. I didn't know about God, and then the scene, I see. Well, now I think it's Donald Trump. I see a short man. I don't know. He's kind of a 50s. He's bald, but he has blonde hair. He doesn't look like really Donald Trump. Maybe it's like Donald Duck, but see, because I understand that some people don't know you. You don't go around, and next thing you know, sir, you're in cuff. So I like God. Sometimes even he told me, just say what I'm saying to you. And many times with the bad out, and some would say, trying to find yourself rather than big mouth. I would like to say, elaborate too much. Like at the beginning, he told me a year ago when I share two videos, 10 to 15 minutes, man, many times say only what I have to say, no interpretation. Many times I got wrong, and then I'm like, and sometimes I stop sharing. God's like, no, you, even if you don't know. So okay, so, and it seems clear sometimes after I get it out, 2 days later, okay, that was it, or some news. So now what happens is that this Donald Trump is on, and after that, trying to explain and then just do the dream later on. Donald Trump is on like a judge, and it's like a court, and in front of him stands just alone like in judgment seat, but not really. It's like more, you know, it's more a reprobation. And it's George Walker Sr. And he's standing there normal in his suit, and he's looking and he's listening, saying nothing. He was very stoic, yeah, I guess, and very observatory, and I guess he's processing later. That doesn't let you know what he thinks, you know. It's really like, and I guess he learned that way, you know, trying to, you know, like a cover-up, trying to not let yourself what he thinks and then process people. And so this guy, this judge, is telling him his reprobation, and I even already forgot what he said because I didn't listen myself. The first video I just published, it was so much left and right with those two things and far from my comprehension that I just decided to not wake up. I was already all puffy and didn't even went to urinate. At least I forget something, and because it's out of my like out of my comprehension. What a bad city. And excuse me, man. There's a lot of people here, a lot of fucking ears, and I don't hate when people fucking interrupt like shit. And this is bullshit. I don't have the fucking health for that. That's what I'm saying. I don't have this fucking health of noisy people and getting worms in the fucking nose and stomach like those noisy people. After this, I'm gonna put pause. So fucking coming out of work. Is fucking legal or what? It's another question. Even here in Toronto now. So I shouldn't say my. And this guy, where am I going, man? Look somewhere else, buddy. I go and put my fucking nose when you work. This is how somebody that makes a fucking video. That's it. Fucking learn how to live. You got enough plenty in your fucking hands to learn what you're gonna do, and it's gonna be better for you. Stop looking in the other grass. Take care of your own grass field. Damn it. I'm not here to preach. I'm fucking talking to my phone. God damn it, man. That's bad. That's it. Put his nose everywhere. Sting, you know. Your ears sting. You shouldn't, and that's what you get. You get punished sometimes. It's your own fault. God damn it. Look at this. It's full of people. What time is it? This guy, I wanted to make it a short one. I gotta put pause. Don't put pause. I hate people, man, that, no, because I'm trying to set myself and mind my own business, and they force you, man. They force you. There's some hypocrites, and then you come with the need of help when you come, if you come, and they walk on you. They walk on you spiritually and let you know they don't care. And then when you're okay and you're trying and you struggle with your health and gradually grind your health back, they're already here, man. Like sharks already ready on your, or crocodile on your first step to drink. Boom. This is a metropolis. Pigs too, all mixed. Buddy, I got allergies too. Oh yeah, sure, mix and peace and all this. But man, maybe I struggle with my health. Don't come next close to me if you're all, you know, different and stuff, and come with a smile. Like, do you hate your kind? Are you trying to be like me? Exactly my appearance or stuff? Maybe I'm not myself yet. Maybe you like me, but I'm not myself yet. Keep your distance, man. We're different. You don't see me going around and sitting next to blonde like a little fornicator kids. No, we got a lot of problems, and all these problems comes because people who should teach God and accept their level, like monarchy, you know, people were accepting. And then when you accept society, then you start to think about God. But people are all their lives, they're frustrated and don't accept. And that's the last time, these revolution. Because they are accepting because they say, well, not me. But today, with all this rebellion and revolutions, you know, Freemasonic or not, and all this monarchy chop heads and revolution bloodshed, and now they teaching that, you know, oh yeah, goodwill, let go. And then this conspiracy in the whole government, man, says don't, what did JFK, don't ask what your country can do. Well, me, I'm telling you something since yesterday. Don't ask what your president what can do for you, but what you can do for your president, unless it's completely you know, communist party crazy, that like Stalin and shit like this, because it's still going on there. God damn it, what I was saying. So this guy, there's too much people here putting their nose everything. They're trying to steal. Mind your own business, do work. Be fixed on what you work. Stop doing drugs. It continues everywhere I go here. So if you do drugs, you're walking the wrong way. You screw for the hours you drug, you screw maybe probably other hours until tomorrow, you screw before. And I don't care what drug it is, man. And people smoking next to people. So this judge looked like talking to him like reprobation kind of way. And it's saying nothing, it's listening like a subject, but without them. I might kind of, I guess, call, I don't know, but silently, because I'm coming next to him on his left side at 1-2 meters, and I'm standing now left to the judge, but sideways and facing you know, George Walker Bush, and I'm bowing my head 2-3 times. I think this is kind of I've seen now a video about the agency and that branch has 3 branches, and the third one and the eagle facing another one, like family kind of stuff. And this one is mostly like the white one, the Homeland Security for threats and stuff. And it makes sense because then I don't know what was said in the first video. He says to that judge, he says to him, stinks, man, garbage. He says to him, hard to do this also. It says to him, what did he say, man? I gotta listen back. He spoke only one thing, like checking back. What was it to check? And he says, we're live right now. When, you know, we're on live TV right now around the world. You know, and it was kind of a protection when he said that to judge. Seemingly not need to look before or after or something like this. But I'll have to check back my video what he was saying. You know, let's say 20% scale up was not, they were going at each other, but very professionally. And when he said this, and oh yeah, when I bowed my head, I looked at him because I'm like, oh man, you know, George Walker, I'm like, man, this guy, he can hurt me. Suddenly I'm feeling a bit small, and bowed my head 2-3 times, and I remember 1, 2, and he was very like, he still just look at me, he's waiting for you to be done. And I guess he's processing after and thinking, was one time enough, was one time, he's thinking, you know. So anyways, and then, but when he says we're live TV right now, Christ, live TV, lives and whatever, and there was a third man that stood on the right and sideways again, and I think this is another branch or something, 2 angles. And this guy was more friendly, chubby like the judge, but friendly. But he had more like dark hair. And this guy, I guess I know who it is now, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to give that information. You know, enough is enough, and I guess, well, that's not too good to say something. So this guy says, okay, you know, when they started to arguing, it's like, okay, and suddenly the poison, like a nerve agent or something, I shouldn't say that, like poison came to the judge, and he had this reaction, and I'm feeling that this reaction has started, but he's gonna go through it because he was still talking, and he kind of threatening way at George Walker Bush was right in front of him at 6 o'clock, and he was carrying. when I say he was carrying away, he got carried, but by a wind, kind of a force, to go seek help on the left. And suddenly he started to feel sick during that briefing, or that let's say court, of inside court, CIA, whatever court it was, like those U.S. Army has court, I guess. Because I thought about it very briefly. I went from 0 to all this within 10 seconds, if not minutes, which is a good thing for myself, but and maybe for others. But I don't think I need to explain all this. But sometimes the position and little details, sometimes it can shed a more clear view on this. So he got carried, and he was still talking, and you could see that he was just going to get treatment or something. I don't know if this was when Trump got himself, what do you call this? Maybe some sort of this virus, and or maybe it's gonna be on. It was going or coming or plotting by the crazies, the squanderers. I like to call them squanderers because I realized, look, problems I had, like Jesus said, when you're squandering. That's why they only get a couple 100,000. Even when I was young, I knew I was gonna be the greatest artist, and I squandered. I waited and I squandered. And you go around, you look for someone, you're squandering. Now some people, they walk straight. They say, okay, you know what? Let's say I'll be successful. And then when you start in business, you gotta go. But these people don't know. They take some position, and they have something in mind, like abuse of some people or some secrecy, and they live in sin, and they cannot go. They are not blessed. They cannot go like this. Some people walk straight, and sometimes they go into those dark places. This is very bad. And sometimes people realize, no, but that's part of their process. And God bless those ones that realize, just like in church progresses, and then they're like, no, like Benedict XVI, the real Pope. So these kind of stuff, it's amazing what's going on. And these, it's amazing when you think about these revelation in the dark, some pedophiles in the world, and then you got Russia that threats that there's a lot of pedophiles. I remember I'd seen a post online a long time ago, and Putin apparently said that in speech or something. But then Assad said, even Mel Gibson, a lot of people like this. And now, and in the church and all this, and because you're wondering why today Christians of Russia will let an atheistic communist, because atheistic, that's the danger, even for gays, even for bad people. But Satanists are crazy. These ones are the ones that started to smile when people go down because they want destruction. They're so frustrated. I remember this communication 2 weeks with the devil, but I was not involved in anything. I was just on standby watching. But you want to do bad, and you walk in this way. So thank God that nothing happened, because when he was starting to tell me to do something for money, I talked about it. For me, it was like an album. We'll get a bit. Suddenly on my way, I heard to praise him, and I'm like, back off, because I'm not gonna praise a guy that is under me. I'm not gonna praise a guy like the devil that is stupid. I'm not gonna praise a guy that is a lie. I was poor. I wanted to know the truth. I was an artist. I'm not gonna do this and have a bad skin and then compensate with God forbid children and all that stuff. So you got the West that they're more macho, right? They're like maybe 16, 19, 20 years old, 30 years old, the Russians, and they build strong. They don't go with the stupid, God forbid, these fucking satanists with children and stuff like that. And now you get this fucking pedophile priest in the church. I shouldn't swear, man. And that's other ones. So, but that's satanic. There's a lot of it, eh? And then these crazies, like 322 and Skull and Bones and 6 o'clock and Triple Blocke. They very like very bad. This guy was so calculated that he went Republican, but he's a satanic to the left, but which trained like a Republican, but not for God. And he was covering both, because you see him when he takes pictures, you see him strangely with Democrats like Obama, and you see his real true color from walking left, means to the sin. Now the right strong like a dad, like God, sometimes they go fascist. That's bad. That's bad. Now that's sin and stuff. So you gotta go right, but with God. And I see at least Trump is trying. He's not a perfect. We're not gonna call him a saint. He's not even a preacher, or he's not a priest, but he's called to be right now redress. Look, for me, they taking the real Pope. Benedict said the Pope is one. I'm not gonna say anything, but I understand something. Now I think God is using him. He's like, okay, you took my real Pope, now I can take your president, and we're gonna compensate. And the funny part, it's not funny, is God do this for everybody, even for the satanic, even for the stupid. At least he dies right now unrepentant and go to hell. And all this prolongation against annihilation, let's say World War III, it's for everybody too. But these are two blinds. They thinking there's still time to party. There's still time to party. The left. Now suddenly you got your back, or like when there's complaint and you push and there's party until 3-4 a.m. and it's too late. Suddenly somebody calls, like the Communist Party, and then you're back and the police enters. You know, enough is enough. You see, lately there was a when is enough is enough. And then it's party. Even when you do something good for somebody, you don't force it like a preacher all the time. And people, okay, you let them and just, you're not gonna preach and with a magnetophone 10 hours on the beat. You're gonna get complaints, and even the cops, they're saying, well, he's right. At the time, if some little thing happens, like it happened recently in Vancouver, somebody's trying to steal it, but they still arrest the preacher, because, you know, at one time you gotta understand, God will even send you a sinner as a sign. I experience it. Anybody, when it's time to go, you gotta let. You give your message, go another corner, continue. Because cops don't just have that to come and express that stuff. You know, enough is enough. So this party on the left, they still think they're gonna have time to squander and be selfish and go and sin. They don't have time. Why? Because the extreme right, but atheistic, we're not gonna call it right, but from the east, they're ready. This is as time that they're building a lot of for invasion inside, invasion by infiltration, nuclear. They put a lot of times in the whole government and the whole people. No, it's for us. They're building this Chinese communist atheist. Even the Virgin Mary said in the 60s in Garabandal, the first threat is communist. People thought it was a way. It's building. And now we got inside. People are not thinking farther than their nose, or so to speak, for themselves, selfish. They hire people there and say, why my company, man, I'm going to make $1 billion, or I'm going to make, I hope billionaires don't think like this and farther for their own kind and their own children. I'm gonna go and sit there, and all these Chinese manufacturers, and they know, they say, well, more for us, we're gonna arrive to our point to come and go, we're doing for all, and they call themselves comrade. And then these traders on the left do this, and suddenly there's no more time for you to make a penny. In a few more years they come, you cannot even argue to a Christian, and God lets everybody to choose toleration, to be gay or not, to be left or not, to be anything. You're gonna be what they want to be, and they're gonna put you, like, so to speak, an alien will put somebody. And I don't believe in aliens, but I'm just saying, and they will come as another country, but I don't use the word alien, but you understand what I mean. They'll put you like a sub animal, man. Think a little bit, guys, man. There's rhinoceros hang together, everything. Now you all mix, okay, I understand, but there's a devil plan in person also. You're not ready for all this. Why don't you make some peace outside in your own place? Delimit, if you can, more that space, because we're not going to always live in the past and carry the sins of our fathers until we self-destruct. Now, Trump is trying to pull back because he has this knowledge and more sense, and it doesn't happen always A to this. It takes sometimes times. And if you change sometimes, the devil knows. The government always 4 years. It's selfishness, it's greed that will ruin the whole thing, and it's gonna end up. Look, Putin, to me, whatever he does or not to the other candidate, as trying, I see that he's trying. It's not perfect, but to align himself with people, protect not only his people, but there's some God around it. Otherwise, I think there might have been a war. But they also seemingly maybe have a grudge in the past with whatever their agents or something happened here, and whatever they don't like, pedophile or something, God, I hope so, or something else, and we'll let the communistic come, because there's a prophet saying that he saw a vision, if Biden win and Harris uncontrollable, God showed me like an elephant mad, you can't control it. World War III probably. So what would happen is that they would come, I repeat, the guy Eden on Sid Rock will come from the West, Chinese, Russian too, but not as much. It's like a guy saying, oh, you see, my brother, I warned you so many times and you're going in the wrong way, I'm gonna watch these now, you know? It's like almost you didn't want to walk like not a macho, but a real man, stop your BS and always party for nothing, and now there's no more time. I'll even send you a race that is not tall as a Russian, but even a bit smaller. But because they walk straight, but in atheistic, you're gonna get it. And this is what I can't believe. And unfortunately, what has been shown through bad food given to kids and Nestle and all these bad processed food, like Balak and Balaam in the Bible, whatever the story is, one to give to the other one. Balaam, like Ham, give sacrifice food. It's in the book of Revelation. Some call it, last book in the Bible, Apocalypse, whatever it's called, whatever that means, because every time I say Apocalypse, I feel like it's not correct. So book of Revelation of John, you give this and then you feel bad. It's like being poisoned. You can't start and being good, progressive. You gotta start like when they poisoned Joan of Arc. You can't go and preach. You're gonna have to start and rest a bit. So this is bad food. And then, how is that possible here? Greed. Satanic Sirach, God called it. Satanic Sirach did it. The COVID-19. Satanic Sirach. Cheerios effect. The process, the whole thing is bad, putting you down. And then you put down skin problem stuff, and then fast food and all this, nothing is productive. Everything has to go to the waste, has to product, almost nothing in 100 food you eat. 10% is good, better a fish even in poor country, feel better. What's next? But it puts you down, I won't even talk about even the gas that is going on and all this. With all this stuff, biggest billion revenue, Nestle, and all this process, this is all shit food, man. It's not even real food. And they put you down, you think it gives you strength. It's all bullshit, shit, sugar. You gotta be active to sweat it out and be mad. How are you gonna be good on this? You can't preach the Holy Spirit and start sneaking in 40 Snickers around. Well, that's a big number, but still it's bad food. It's not holy. So I understand if somebody's starving, it's better than nothing. Even Jesus said, eat what they give you. In that case, because, already you're pure because you're not feeding and eating shit over shit into your own stomach. But, and you're tired, but man, I can't just believe that people think there's still time to party. There ain't no time to party. The enemy's ready that if you party to come. Apparently they already bought the West and the States, a lot of boutiques and stuff. I remember in China, I've seen, hey man, in Vancouver, Communist Party people mad in front of a church, protesting. In front of a Catholic church, in front of a church, I can't remember, it's on YouTube. They mad. They're ready to jump if they could. And the prophecies are there of Pope. What is that Pope? I researched, I can't find it, but I read in books 10 years ago that Asian, and hundreds of years ago, and God told me, man, the East is lost. Montreal, I've seen cans floating. I don't understand why we cannot make peace right now with Russia. Why Hillary Clinton and playing campaign like a crazy, like God told me she'll repent, but not Obama. Go figure out what he believes in. Maybe like his dad, a demonic religion, in my opinion, in my personal opinion. You know, don't flag this video, it's my opinion. I haven't talked bad to nobody. I'm trying to shed some light here. As I see it, this is my own opinion. And feel free to, if it's enlightened you somehow, maybe not today, maybe in 2-3 days, like a dream, you'll start to understand. You'll see things with this knowledge, and yeah, it sheds light on the other thing that you wouldn't understand and encounter in 2-3 days. This is what's happening. Some illuminated people knows all this, but even if you know, how are you gonna deal it with the enemy, even inside your own house, that don't understand? They don't understand because he's not walking towards searching God and all these things. I heard that's enough, but that's it, man. Bible says, who search God will find it. I don't care where you are, you'll find it. And if you don't find it, like a poor guy dying for hunger, you'll go to heaven. You know, God knows everybody and what's going on and what's just for everybody. When Jesus says, you know, only people come through me. That's when you read this. That's for you right now. You can't turn your back. But if you haven't read it, God is not bad. Oh, yeah, no. But if it's for you, it is for you. You can't walk away from the good things, from anti-corruption. You have been called. You wanted to see. Yeah, your seed in that country that has shed some lights and found on God's law. Don't go around and sleep like Sleepy Joe, man. I don't call it Sleepy Joe. I call it Joe Pedo, man. And I mean, we cannot just accuse because somebody gets accused. Sometimes they go freak out like an animal. Jesus was saying, repent. You know, love, repent all, because that's the only solution. God told me what he told me a couple of months ago. He said, you gotta forgive the world. So that's it. The world has to forgive the world. If not, you know, and the next war won't be good. The next war won't be good. You know, don't wait for a war to come and a fake Messiah to show up and pretend, you know, and a peace, and it'll be half black or white, it'll be that spot, and that's another agent of the devil that will come and say, oh, this is the guy we can stand behind, and people attach themselves to it. That's the guy. You know, like a puppet of the devil, the Antichrist. And yes, yeah, you know, no, man, I already see him in the light. God showed me, you know. I don't want to condemn nobody. God, if he hears that one day, you know, Mountbatten and stuff like this